I think winter is officially here. It was about 15 degrees this morning when I showed up here at the farm, but it's warm inside, so let's get to work. One of these ductwork elbows, they come connected and they come in a straight line, and you have to rotate them, and if you rotate them the wrong way they'll actually come apart, which is what happened here. The other thing you have to look out for is on the insides of them, they will be maybe not quite lined up and they will cut you. So just be careful of that. Sorry if you don't like blood. I'll try to do something about that. But anyway, I'm going to try to get this thing put back together and make sure I spin it the right way. Okay, took a little bit, but I got it back together. So what I like to do actually is I'm going to tape the seams. Okay, so I'm working on getting my ductwork all ran up here from the air handler, and the output from the air handler is down on that end. So I have to bring part of my trunk line this way. The rest of it will go on around the corner that way. So it'll end up toward the front of the house. It'll hit those front ducts of the bedroom down there and the bathroom, laundry room. But I need to bring one back this way. And as you can tell, it's pretty tight through here, and there's not really room to bring a big trunk line through. So what my plan is to do is to bring a big 10-inch flex duct, and I think it'll lay right in on top of these joists and go under those refrigerant lines. And I may have to reroute those a little bit, but anyway, I'll bring it across here. This box will be out of the way, but it'll come across here, and then the plan would be to set a mixing box right here. This is goes down into one of the ducts that goes to the front of the house, and so the mixing box will sit on top of this. So typically to build a mixing box you would use either sheet metal or something called duct board, which is kind of a rigid fiberglass board with a kind of foil coating on it. I couldn't find the duct board locally, at least in the few places I checked, and I don't really want to mess with the sheet metal, and then you have to insulate it anyway. So I bought this 1-inch rigid foam board. I've used it before in these applications, and as far as I know, I had it in a house I used to live in. I had done that way, and it lasted for all the years that I lived there, and it was still working fine when I left. So that's what I'm going to do here. Again, I may get some scolding from some of the real HVAC guys, but maybe I can learn something. If there's some reason that this shouldn't work, somebody correct me and I'll figure something else out. But for now, this is what I'm going to use. Okay, so our starting collar here has all these tabs. They go inside there and then you bend them over all the way around and they'll catch behind that foam, and then this flange will catch against the front side, and so then you can tape around here so you don't have any issues with that. So let's go ahead and set this in here. Okay, so you want to make sure it's sit down there tight, and then just start bending those tabs around. I like to kind of start with every other one as I go around and then come back. All right, so solid, got that one in. Got this side done. So I have, coming out of the mixing box down there, I have 4 lines. Okay, so the 4 lines coming out of the box, one of them splits off here. This one catches the kitchen. This one goes on around to the upstairs dormer. On this side, it drops through the floor here and comes back up right there. And then another one obviously drops in there. It is the side wall in the living room, which is down below there. This one is the other kitchen. And then there's one underneath here that drops down through the floor and goes all the way to the front of the living room, blows down. So this side's done. It's kind of cramped, but there is enough room to get in here for servicing if that was ever a need. And here it's a little tight because I'm really close to it, but it's not too bad to climb over. There's plenty of room here. Okay, so I didn't want to film all this because it was just more of the same stuff and I thought it was just going to be boring. But I'm here on the other side of the mixing box. So I have this line that runs back through there. It's a little tight and runs around the corner and goes into the main, I guess, trunk. I don't know, whatever you'd call it, where this air handler discharges. So let me go upstairs and I'll go around there and show you that part. Okay, so this is the other side of that air handler, and I built another small box, and the 10-inch line comes off the other side and wraps around over that way. And then I have just these few lines coming off here to do this side of the house. So this is all done, and it's working well. It's blowing all through the house. It seems to be fairly balanced, so that's going to be good. Okay, a couple of framing things I still yet need to do. Whoa, that lighting's getting weird. Up here, up the stairs is, let me turn around this way. Hopefully I'm not making everybody sick. Okay, so right up here is where the return air is going to go for the HVAC, and you can see right now I've just got it a filter in the end of the air handler, but there will be there'll be a couple of elbows that come down into the ceiling right here. So one thing I will need to do is to close this all off is close this wall right here, and then there will be kind of a angle here. And I was kind of waiting on this to see how the stairs were going to work out. If you notice here, I've got several lines drawn on here where I was kind of trying to figure out what the height needed to be so people aren't bonking their heads on this coming down the stairs. So I've got to get that closed in. And then the other thing is this wall that's coming from the bathroom and the laundry room. This right here is going to be the door going into the bathroom. And I didn't finish this wall. You can see I have the top plate that runs over here. But if I bring this wall straight over here like this and bring it down, it's going to hit just like this, which is going to make for kind of a weird thing with you won't have a place for trim from this door. So I need to move this wall over a little bit. So my plan for that is, this is a really wide hallway right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fur this wall out just a little bit, probably 1 3/4 inches or something. And that will move that top plate this way just a little bit, move that wall. Oh, that's all bright. Yeah, there we go. It'll move that wall in this way a little bit, which will give room to put some trim right there and then trim here for this door. So hopefully that will all work out. That's the only way I know really to fix that. So the next thing I've got to do is rip a bunch of 2x4s and fur out on all of these studs all the way across here. Okay, so now that that is all done, and I have run the wiring for the lights in the laundry room and the lights and the fan in the bathroom, so we're ready for drywall everywhere, I think, downstairs. And I've got everything tucked up. I've got all the wiring in place, all the ductwork done, so I can go ahead and do the ceiling all throughout So I got in a hurry and I made a mistake. I put my drywall up and I don't yet have my vent line run out from my bathroom vent. So I get to do it the hard way. I got to get up in there and reach across in there and try to get that line hooked up. And I was thinking that I needed to drill a hole out into the soffit for it to blow into, but I completely forgot about hooking the duct line to it. So all right, and with that, I'm going to call it a week. So I'm in the kitchen, all the lights are on, ceiling is all up. The ceiling is done here for this return air and into the bathroom. Everything is done in the ceiling except this last strip because I have to put that vent through the wall and I still need to seal up around where the air conditioning line set goes through there. But I've got that done. Ceiling in the laundry room is done. And then I just realized as I was finishing up that I have one little strip here in the bedroom and in the closet. And that's all that I have left for the ceiling in this house. So next week I'll start by getting those couple of things done, and then I'll be back upstairs wrapping up the dormers and the walls and getting that done. And then I'll start on the walls down here, and hopefully by the end of next week I have got some mud on the walls and starting to get this thing finished. It's changing fast. Drywall really makes a difference in the look of it. This just looks all unfinished, you know, and I don't know. To me, just having just the difference between that and that is it shows you what the house is going to look like, and it just makes it feel finished. So that's going to do it. Be sure to tune in next week for more drywall, and that'll be exciting. But really, it will. If I can get to the point where I'm starting to finish the drywall, that is going to be exciting for me because that means the end is in sight. So, I mean, really, we're to the point of, you know, drywall, paint, flooring, and trim work. So we're getting close, and when we get done, I'll have to figure out what my next project is going to be. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.